I was never good at charades, but Annette, you've got me guessing. All right, y'all. Find that comfortable seat. Start to pull that attention inward, forgetting about the day, forgetting about anything you need to do later. Let it all go. For this next hour, it's just us in this room, on our mats, nothing else. Letting the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Let the shoulder blades slide down the back. Now imagine that little thread connected to the crown of your head, sitting you up just a little bit taller than usual. Now bring your attention to your breath, not trying to control it yet, but just notice what your baseline is, how you're arriving to class today. Then start to soften through the rib cage, soften through the chest cavity, and let the diaphragm drop. Now, if you find that you start falling forward when you let the diaphragm drop, that's okay. Just press yourself back until you're sitting up nice and tall again. But it is important to let that diaphragm relax. Let the belly hang out. Then start to let those inhales fill that whole chest space, that whole belly space. And let each breath be a little bit slower and a little bit deeper than the one before. Keeping that full attention pulled in to your breath. Now in your next round, see yourself counting on a chalkboard. When it's time to exhale, do the same but in reverse. And on your next time through, try and add one more digit, lengthening the breath out just that much more. Try to add one more digit if you can. Eventually getting to that point where it's like you're sipping air through a straw. Good. Now, wherever you are, take the biggest, deepest inhale of the day, filling that whole chest space, that whole belly space. Then through the mouth, exhale with a sigh. And inhale the arms out and up. Bringing the palms to touch. Try and keep that breath nice and slow. Exhaling down through heart center. Inhaling out and up. Bringing the palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. Good, last time. Inhaling out and up. This time when the palms come to touch, interlace those fingers. Exhale, tipping to the right. Inhaling center. Exhaling left. Inhaling center. Now dropping that right arm down, take your time, exhale. Now make sure that you don't fall forward here. Good, then actively reach with those fingertips, feeling that stretch from your hip all the way through that side body, all the way through your shoulder, your arm, up into that wrist, maybe in the fingers. Then take a couple of big, deep breaths into that left side rib cage. Feel those ribs expand. Good. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling left. Take your time. Good. Actively reaching. Feeling that stretch through that whole right side body. And a couple of big inhales into that right side rib cage. And inhaling back to center. Exhale, float those arms down. Good. Bring that left hand to the right knee, the right hand behind. If you want to do the ninja twist with the left knee pointing forward, you can set up for it. So it would be just left knee pointing forward, then that right foot stepping to the side. You can also do just the regular twist, and that's fine. Okay? All right. Then for the people in the complex twist, bring that left arm across to your thigh. Good. Right fingers behind in both positions, inhaling tall. Exhale, twisting belly first, then the ribs, then the shoulders, and finally the gaze. Now don't feel like you need to torque your neck, just a gentle twist with the neck is fine. Growing taller with each inhale, twisting just a little bit deeper with each exhale. And one more big inhale here. Exhale, return that gaze to center, followed by the rest of the body. Now switch those knees out, pointing the right one forward, stepping that left foot across. Bringing the right arm across onto that left thigh. Fingers behind for everybody. Good. Inhale tall. Exhale, twisting the belly first. Then the ribs. Then the shoulders. And finally the gaze. Growing taller with each inhale, twisting just a little bit deeper with each exhale. Good. One more big inhale here. Exhale, return that gaze to center, followed by the body. Good. Untangle those legs, then headed for a tabletop. So if rolling over the knees works, go for it. Otherwise, kick those feet out to the side. That's great too. Now, once you get there, take a big inhale. Then exhale, sit back to your child's pose. It can be with the knees together or the knees apart. If you're having a hard time getting your forehead down, I recommend the knees as wide as you can get them. And then whichever version you're in, bring those big toes to touch behind you. Letting that forehead rest on the ground if it can make it. And if the forehead doesn't make it, at least relax the neck down. Think about letting all of your joints settle into place here. All of your muscles relaxed. And inhale, coming forward, tabletop. Exhale, press the ground away, rounding through the spine, tucking the tailbone, feeling that stretch through the upper back between the shoulders. Big inhale, cow pose. Let the belly drop, tailbone point to the sky, gaze gently lift. Now swing that belly to the right. Up into cat pose, exhale. Swing it left. Down into cow pose, inhale. Now soften through the shoulders, soften through the hips, keep it moving. One continuous organic movement. Make it your own, whatever feels great for you. And whenever you're ready, switch directions. Good. Returning that spine to neutral. Big inhale. Exhale, sit back, child's pose. We're not here for long though. Reach those hands way out in front of you, at least shoulder distance apart. A little bit wider is even better. Spread those fingers. Make sure you're pressing into all of your knuckles, that index knuckle included. Then tuck those toes under. Lift those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Now take a moment here, pedal out those heels, maybe shifting the hips from side to side. Always thinking about shifting as much weight back into those hips and out of those shoulders as possible. Good. Looking between the hands, walk those feet forward. Then inhale to a halfway lift when you get there. Nice flat back. Then exhale, forward fold. Now if you need to put a bend in your knees, go for it, no big deal. Try to get that spine as straight as you can as you hang forward. And if you like to take your elbows into your hands, go for it. Maybe gently rocking from side to side. Now, if you can do it without throwing your balance off, let your neck relax and your head hang. There we go. All right, release those hands down. Engage the core, thinking reverse swan dive, inhale, rise. Good. Sun stretches. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that gaze lifted, keep that heart lifted on your way down. I'm a bad example because I always look at the monitor. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Almost thinking a cow spine here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Engage that core. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that heart lifted on the way down. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. All right, Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. So plant those hands down, hop or walk those feet back. Keep that body stiff like a plank. Bend those elbows into chaturanga. Squeeze them into the rib cage. Good. Shift forward. Inhale, up dog or cobra. So we're on the tops of the feet now. Then lift those hips up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Look in between your hands, hop or walk forward. Inhale to a halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Ride the strength of that core. Good. We're going to do one more Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant those hands down, hop or walk those feet back. Bending those elbows to a 90, stiff spine, good. Shifting forward to the tops of your feet. Inhale, straighten the arms, up dog or cobra. Tops of the feet, not the toes. Okay, all right. Inhale, or exhale, lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good. So we're gonna take a few breaths here. If you already feel like you could use a child's pose, go for it. Otherwise, just work on getting that heart closer to the mat, stretching through those shoulders. Good. Looking between the hands, step that right foot forward. Left foot pivoting down, parallel with the back edge of the mat. Cartwheeling up, warrior two. Try to challenge yourself a little bit today. I noticed in my own practice, I have been getting so lazy. And it wasn't until I watched myself on video that I realized, like my warrior two is now way up here when it used to be, you know, more like here all of the time. And this is so much more work and it's building so much more muscle. And it's, you know, I'm gaining a lot more flexibility from it too. So consider lowering your stance a little bit more today. But do be careful with yourself, right? Good. All right, flip that front palm, reach forward, big inhale. Exhale, sweep back through your space, reverse warrior. Gaze either coming to the palm or down at that back foot. Either way is fine. Good. Now, if this feels like plenty, stay right here. That's totally fine. Otherwise, engage that core. Flip that left palm and then slowly bring that left palm up to meet the right. Good. And then slowly lower it back down. Good. Inhaling back, warrior two. All right. Now notice where your hips are right now. You want them to stay there as you tip into side angle. Exhaling, side angle. Don't let those hips move at all. Good. Now strength challenge number one, if you want it, hover those fingers, so bringing that arm off of the thigh. Strength challenge number two, if you want it, Lift that right arm parallel to the floor in front of you. It's also totally fine to just stay in a regular side angle with your forearm on your thigh. Good. Exhale that arm down. Now you can bring it to rest on your thigh again if you want to, or you can have it in that extended down version. Now, if you can do it, keeping your hips from popping out and keeping that left shoulder back, reach that right palm for the ground. Now, blocks are awesome here to give you just that, if you're almost there, but maybe you're folding forward a little bit too much, a block under your hand would be perfect. Keep that left shoulder pulled back. Keep that right hip tucked under. Really nice. All right, finding all of the strength in the world in that front thigh, very slowly. Inhale, coming up, warrior two. Oi! Extending that front leg, kicking out that left hip, reaching, 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 big inhale. Exhale, tipping sideways. Remember, there's no forward at all to this, just sideways. Good. Trikonasana triangle pose. Good. Put a bend in that knee. Inhaling back, warrior two. Good. Cartwheel those arms down, coming up on those back toes. Step that front foot back, chaturanga, so your body is stiff like a plank here. Arms bent at a 90, elbows squeezing into the rib cage. Shifting forward onto the tops of the feet. Inhale. Good. Up to cobra. Then lifting the hips up and back. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Good. Good. Always thinking about shifting that weight back into the hips, out of the shoulders. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but like our first month of classes, nobody could hold down dog for more than like 10 seconds. And then people were dropping off like flies. This is amazing. Good job. All right, looking between the hands, step that left foot forward. Right heel pivoting down parallel with that back edge of the mat. Cartwheeling the arms up. Warrior two. Now ask yourself, can I go a little bit deeper? Am I taking it too easy? It happens. Happened to me fairly often. Good, and check on those back toes. You want to make sure that foot is parallel. The back toes aren't pointing back. Ooh, blocks, awesome. All right, flip that front palm, reach forward, big inhale. Exhale, sweeping back through your space, reverse warrior. Gaze either coming up to that palm or down to that back foot, either way is fine. And think about that opening side stretch, where we're really reaching with the fingers, feeling that stretch through that whole left side body. Try and get that same experience here. All right, staying right here is perfectly fine. Otherwise, engage the core, flip that right palm up, and slowly bring that palm to meet the left. Good. Slowly bringing it back down. Good. Inhaling back, warrior two. All right. Think about your hips. Make sure they don't move. Big inhale. Exhale, tipping sideways, side angle. Good. Now, if you want that strength challenge, hover those fingers. So pulling that arm off your thigh. Strength challenge number 2, lifting that arm parallel to the floor. Good. Good. Gently lower that arm down, either resting on your thigh or keep it in that extended position. Then if you want to go for the flexibility challenge, this is a great place to use your block. Lower that left palm towards the ground or towards your block. Thinking about keeping that left hip tucked under, that right hip rolling back, that right shoulder pulled back. Good. Now, if you have your palm on the floor, press your arm into your leg. That'll help you find that nice alignment. Good. Finding all the strength in the world in that front thigh. Slowly inhale. Coming up. Warrior two. Holy cow. Extending that front knee. Kicking out that right hip. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Big inhale. Exhale, tipping sideways, triangle pose. Now this is another great place for your block. You can put it just on the inside of your, like inside your left ankle or inside your left calf, I suppose. And use that. Also, if you can, keep that left hip tucked under and reach all the way to the floor. Go for that. But if your shoulder falls forward and you end up looking down, you're probably not quite ready. And the block will be more helpful. Good. Put a bend in that knee. Inhaling back, warrior two. Then cartwheel those arms down, coming up on those back toes. Step that front foot back, chaturanga. Body is stiff like a plank. Elbows bent at a 90. Good. Then shift forward onto the tops of your feet. Straighten the arms. Inhale, up dog cobra. Then lift the hips up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. All right. Looking between the hands, step that right foot forward. Left toes coming to a 45. Inhaling the arms up. Warrior one. Good. So both hips are facing forward. And you might actually feel where your hips are. This happens to me sometimes. I'll think that I'm in great alignment, and then I feel, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. Kind of maybe take a second and feel. Are they square with the front of your mat? Good. All right. Big inhale here. Exhale, drop those arms behind the back. Interlace those fingers. Punch down, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then lift the heart. A ridiculous amount. Lift the heart more than you think is normal. And then you're probably there. Good. Now extending that front knee, big inhale. Exhale, tipping forward from the hips. None of this comes from the back, all of it from the hips. Good. And you don't have to get all the way down. If your body is saying, oh, you're okay all the way up here, that's fine. Stay in that spot where you get that nice stretch in your right hamstring. Good. Now, if your hands are just resting on your low back, think about lifting them, even if it's just an inch. Good. Now go ahead and release the arms down to your thigh or shin or floor. Try to keep any rounding out of your spine here. You want to have as flat of a back as you can. And that probably means that you'll have to bring your chest up a little bit higher. Good. Okay, guys, I don't think we've done this before. We're gonna press off into a standing split. So I'll turn sideways so you guys can see. Okay, so you might wanna come up onto your fingertips. I'm not sure. If you can do it with your palms on the ground, that's great, but you might need the fingertips. Come up on those back toes, put a little teeny bend in that front knee, not much, then press forward, standing split. Now you guys be careful. Good. Thinking about bringing that forehead towards that shin. Good. Put a bend in that front knee, bring that left foot back to the ground. Inhaling the arms back up, warrior one. Good. All right, we're headed for warrior three. So if you want to step off your mat onto the hard ground, go for it. If you want to stay on your mat, go for it, that's fine too. Either way, get a good padabanda. Make sure that you're not stepping on a crack or something. Make sure you have a good solid foundation. Spread those toes, lift that arch, right? Then come up on those back toes, and then press forward into your warrior three with the arms extended or at heart center or behind or straight out, whatever works best for you. Good. Now you can stay right here, that's just fine, or you can extend those right fingers down, then stack the left hip on top of the right, opening the left arm, half moon pose. If you want to bring that right hand clear to the ground, you can do that. All right. All right. Bringing those left fingers back down to the ground if you're in that half moon. Then put a bend in that front knee, step that back foot back down, inhaling up. Warrior one. Phew, good job. All right. Looking to the front of the mat, step that left foot forward, step that right foot back. Warrior one on the other side. Check those hips, check that back foot. Make sure there's no pull in the knee here. Every once in a while, I'll see somebody with a warrior two back foot where it's parallel with the back edge of the mat, and they'll be trying to get the hips forward, and that's just torquing the heck out of the knee. So whenever you're in warrior one, make sure those front toes are pointing mostly forward. Good. All right, big inhale. Exhale, drop those hands behind the back. Interlace those fingers, punch down. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the heart a lot. Then extend that front knee, big inhale. Exhale, tipping forward from the hips. And lifting those arms as high off your back as you can, even if it's just an inch. Good. Go ahead and release those hands down to your thigh or shin or floor. So you should be feeling a good stretch in that left hamstring. All right, set your fingers up if you want to come up on your fingers, or if you're comfortable with your palms on the floor. Press yourself forward into a standing split. Excellent. Good. Put a bend in that front knee, touch those back toes down. Inhaling back up, warrior one. Good. Now we're headed for our warrior threes. If you wanted to step back to that hard floor. All right. Get a good padabanda going on. Spread those toes, lift that arch, get a good grip. Then press forward, warrior three. Very nice. All right. If you want to go a step further, drop those left fingers. Stack that right hip on top of the left, opening your fingers, half moon pose. You're also welcome to reach those fingers, those left fingers, all the way down to the mat. Or block. A block is fantastic here. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. This is a really tricky pose. If it's not feeling really easy, that's okay. It's not easy. Good. All right, bring those right fingers back to the mat. Put a bend in that front knee, touch those back toes down, inhaling the arms up, warrior one. Oof. Well done. Step that back foot forward, exhale those arms down. I think we're gonna stick with the balance track for a while. So getting that padabanda with that left foot, then pulling that right foot into your version of tree pose. Could be with just the heel on the ankle, or the foot on the calf, or all the way up with the foot on the thigh. Good. All right, now once you're there, think about firming that standing leg. Pull those muscles to the bone. Slightly tuck the tailbone, and you should feel yourself stand up on that standing leg. Pull the belly button to the spine and lift. Whole body becomes solid. Good. Bring your attention to that right knee if it's kind of coming forward, which usually it will. Press it back. Good. Then bring the hands anywhere you want to. If you want them at heart centered, go for it. If you want to inhale them up or out. Good. Good job, Dixie. I saw that. Very, very well done. Little bits at a time. Yeah, very good. All right, we're just gonna step that foot down, walk it off a little bit, then set up on that right foot, spread those toes, lift that arch, get a good Pada Bandha. Then pull that left foot into your version of tree pose, either with that heel on the ankle, on that calf, or all the way up on the thigh. Then firm the muscles in that standing leg, pull them to the bone. Slightly tuck that tailbone, should feel yourself lift. Then pull that belly button to spine and lift. Then bring your attention to that knee, gently press back. Good. Anything you want to do with the hands here? Heart center's fine, extended out, up. If you're feeling fancy, you could make mudras, maybe the or the lotus mudra is cool. Goes like that. Good. Think about that standing leg from time to time and that right hip. Are you sitting into that right hip? Some people are, I can see it. So slight tuck of the tailbone will help you stand up straight. Good. Good job, Dixie. Awesome. All right. Bring those feet to the mat. Have a seat. Oy. Extend those feet in front of you. Spread those toes wide and pull them back towards you. And you should feel activation in the shin, the muscles along the shin. Mic check. Really spread them. Good. Make knuckles with those toes. Find the center of your foot and pull back. Lift that arch. Good. Spread those toes wide. Pull them back. And make knuckles with the toes. Lift that arch. I had a lady in my morning class today. She was trying so hard to spread her toes, she was gritting her teeth. I had to ask her to relax her jaw. She was doing a great job, though. She's one of my ladies that wore the fancy shoes for her whole life, so her toes are, you know, very welded together. And you can see daylight between them all now, but it's still a challenge. All right, go ahead and relax those toes. Bring your feet into Baddha Konasana. Rub those toes out. Give those dogs some love. Now think about relaxing the legs down. Think about rolling back and down with the thigh bone. Maybe the feet open like a book. Maybe not. Good. Now if you feel like you want more, you can start to gently walk yourself forward. It's best if you keep your heart lifted the whole time, because what that does is it keeps your pelvis rocking forward. If you come forward with the heart bent down, then it all just comes from bending your spine, but you want it to come from the pelvis, right? Now make sure you don't feel anything in your knees here. If you do, you want to back up a little bit. The whole time thinking rolling back and down with those thighs. Good. Press yourself up if you're leaning forward. Extend those legs out, roll out those hip sockets. All right. So anybody with questionable knees, go ahead and go back to Baddha Konasana with the feet together. And it doesn't need to be super tight. You can have the feet out a little bit. So Dixie, this might be a good one for you. You might go back to Baddha Konasana for now. For everybody that feels pretty strong in the knees, we're going to fire log pose, or also known as double pigeon. So we're gonna stack this front leg down, and it's not here, it's here. So the shin is parallel with the front edge of the mat, pulled away from our body. Then we're gonna stack this leg on top. Now there's a great big space here, and you wanna get the bottoms of the feet as close to parallel with the edges of the thighs as possible. This is, most people, they come about here, but the pose is here. Now, if you feel anything in your knees, you want to back out a little bit. Charlie, you could do Baddha Konasana too. Careful now. Yeah, good. Now, be real aware of what's going on in your knees. If you feel anything, bail out, right? Now, if you're still feeling pretty good, bring those fingers to the mat, lift yourself up, pull that tailbone back, rock the pelvis forward. Oi, that should immediately turn on some fire in that left hip. Now, if you have room for more, lift that heart, walk it forward. Good. Bring those fingers to the mat, walk yourself up. Extend those legs, roll them out. Then either going back into Baddha Konasana or stack that front leg down, stack that right leg on top. Fire log pose, also known as double pigeon. Now, if that top leg is kind of airborne like that, be real aware of what's going on in the knee, okay? All right, if you feel like you have more in you, bring those fingers to the mat, lift that tailbone back, rock that pelvis forward. Then gently start walking that heart forward and down. You'll probably feel it in both sides now. Good. Bring those fingers to the mat, press yourself up, extend those legs. Roll out those sockets. Good. Now keep that left leg extended, tuck that right leg. Fingers to the mat, lift yourself, pull that tailbone back, rock that pelvis forward. And inhale the arms up. Exhale, reaching forward. All of this coming from the hips. Good. Now try not to struggle with your hamstring. Try and let it relax. Try and surrender to it. Soften it. If it starts to get intense, try and bring your attention to the breath. Keep that breath nice and long and smooth. Of course, if it's in the knee, bail out immediately. All right, bring those fingertips to the mat. Use those arms to walk yourself up. Don't engage those back muscles if you can avoid it. Scooching to the left side of your mat. Bringing your foot to the knee. Right fingers behind. Now sweeping yourself up, and as you lift, think about lengthening that spine as you come off the ground. Then really press forward with that right hip. You can swing your right foot back, and that can help. And then open the heart to the sky. Pressing, pressing, pressing forward with that right hip. Eventually reaching back behind you. Really long spine here. And one more big inhale. Exhale slowly with control, lower yourself down. Good. Dixie's outdoing us all back there. All right. Extend that right leg, tuck that left leg. Bring those fingers to the mat, pull the tailbone back, rock that pelvis forward. Inhaling the arms to the sky. Exhale, really reaching forward. Try and get that pelvis to really rock forward as you come down. Good. Then settle in. So I better give you guys a heads up. It's 4:57 right now. We're probably going to run a couple of minutes late. If you need to leave right at 5, it's creeping up on us. If it's starting to get tough, bring your attention to your breath. Try and keep it long and smooth. Good. Bring those fingertips to the mat. Use those arms to walk yourself up. Don't engage those back muscles if you can avoid it. Scooching to the right side of your mat, bringing that foot to the knee. Left fingers behind. Then sweep yourself up. Think about lengthening that spine as you lift. Then press that left hip forward. You can swing your left foot back. It can help. Then open the heart to the sky. Good. Really lengthening through the spine. One more big inhale here. Exhale slowly with control. Lower yourself down. Good. All right. Bringing the feet to the mat. You can take this option if you want to. I've been enjoying it, and you just lift your legs from here. Totally up to you, or you can do regular boat pose. Setting up. Oh, better get my timer. Tipping back and lift. 1 minute here. Check on that low back from time to time. Make sure it's not rounding down, right? If you need to grab and lift, go ahead. Now, if it's super duper hard, you can try it with one foot on the floor and alternate. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good. Good. Check on that low back. Good. 10 seconds left. Can you believe that's it? Good. Big inhale. Exhale, roll back, squeeze those knees. Maybe gently rocking from side to side, massage out that low back. Good. And give those knees a big squeeze, big inhale. Exhale, drop them off to the right. Try and keep that left shoulder down if you can. And gently bring those knees back to center. Give yourself another squeeze. Big inhale. Exhale, let those knees drop off to the left. Try and keep that right shoulder down if you can. And gently bring those knees back to center. Giving yourself one last big squeeze, maybe lifting your head up towards your knees, getting that full back stretch. One last big inhale. Exhale, extend into Shavasana. Take a moment, make yourself perfectly comfortable, maybe tucking under the shoulder blades, maybe lifting the head, tucking the chin, and then laying that long neck down. Good. Now relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the eyebrows. All of those little muscles around the eyes, relax them, let them go. Softening the cheeks, letting them melt down towards the ears. Relaxing the jaw. Letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. With each exhale, feeling your body pressing heavier and heavier into your mat. With each exhale, falling deeper and deeper into relaxation. For the next few moments, just relax. bringing your awareness back into your body. Maybe wiggling your fingers, maybe wiggling your toes. Maybe reaching your arms overhead for a big full body stretch. And when you're ready, rolling onto whichever side is the most comfortable for you, using your arm as a pillow, enjoying these last few moments of relaxation. Then, using as little effort as possible, make your way up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed or lowered. And inhaling the arms out and up. Bringing the palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. Now placing the right hand over the heart, the left hand on top. Let's just take a moment for gratitude, right? Let's count those blessings. I know we all have a lot. Think of as many as you can. Family members, stuff, pets. Let your heart fill with all of that gratitude. So grateful for the rich lives we have. Let that sensation radiate out through your body, filling your whole heart space, your whole body space. Then inhale the arms out and up. See yourself grabbing a handful of that divine energy. Exhale, pull it down to heart center. Feel that warmth. See the glow. Last time, inhaling out and up. Bringing the palms to touch. Exhaling down to the third eye for the mind. Exhaling to heart center for the body and spirit. Namaste. Thanks for being here, you guys. It's not supposed to matter, but it really does make me feel good when a bunch of people show up. Just saying. Have a great day. See you next time.